That practicing your aim outside of Call of Duty Mobile is a super big thing and important thing to get better at the game. So what's going on, guys? Hope everyone's doing great. So this video is going to cover a few tips and tricks to increase your movement in Call of Duty Mobile Season 6. We had a few new things introduced to movement in the update in Season 6, so I wanted to make a video over this. I also did have a few people in previous videos ask me to do a movement video, so I made sure to grind out and get the video out as fast as possible for you guys. Decided to go over it today. So if you guys do enjoy this video or it helps you out in any way, make sure to drop a like below. And if you guys want to make sure to leave a comment below to let me know if it did help you, I would love to read through them. Thank you guys and enjoy your day. Yo, what's going on, guys? So this video is going to be a little different. I had a few people in recent videos ask me to do a movement video, a couple tips over that, so I decided to make this for you guys today. First thing I'd like to go over is your HUD accessibility and just your button layout compared to how many fingers you play with. That is a big thing you guys have to worry about. So depending on how many fingers, 6, 4, or 2, 3 even if you play like that, you should set it up based on however many fingers you do play as. As you can see on my screen, I do play with 4, and I do have it set up in more of like a ring circle type of style for the ease of accessibility for myself to play. My biggest thing though is for this tips on the accessibility of your HUD. I definitely see a lot of people playing with like their jump button on the same side as their he shotgunned me on the same side as their jump button, and I really don't recommend that. I think that's probably one of the worst things you can do, just because the quicker you can like hit the jump button right after is way better, because if you have to go like this to jump, it's like you having to move that finger off of that button when you can just do that. And then after that you can shoot, and I think it's just a really good sequence of buttons. So I definitely think that you guys should recommend that or suggest that putting that in your HUD. So with that being said, I would like to go over a couple tips with the sliding and jumping. So with sliding, there was a new update introduced to Call of Duty Mobile Season 6, and it was this little boost effect that you get on jump. And I think it's honestly one of the best things. You can use it in a very amount of ways. It can actually boost you like this to turn around into the jump the other direction and just take advantage of getting really close. But you do have to time the jump. If you slide and jump at the very end of it, you just get a very basic jump. You don't really get this boost that I'm talking about, as you guys can see there. I did miss my shot though. Alright, and the next thing I'd like to talk about actually is spawns. So knowing your spawns for what objective gameplay or type of match you're playing is a very good thing. S&D is kind of excluded because there's only 2 types of spawns. It's an A and C type of spawn. It's not really an A, B, or C. And what I mean by A, B, and C spawns is that depending on where people are based on the map compared to spawns, that's where you will spawn. So if enemies are in your spawn, which would be A for me or C for me over here, they would be me, my bad guys. So basically of me having to spawn in C over here, other players would have to spawn in the middle of B as well. Because of that, there would be this no man's land that would be between B all the way through this middle land where you could spawn anywhere. And that's just depending on if enemy players are in your spawn compared to if you are in enemy player spawn. That same thing will happen. Alright, but other than that, guys, you need to know your base movement around the objective. And what I mean by that is knowing like what is very open fires, and like for snipers and campers, if you have a short range map like Nuketown, you're way more covered to go through the center other than the garage camp spot and a few other spots behind fences. That's why I recommend going around like this. See, that guy got him right there because he's camping that spot. He knows people are going to run this way, so knowing that, I'm going to murk him. And that's what I mean. You don't want to go into open spots because it's going to get yourself way more caught up than it would if you were hiding behind like things they had to penetrate. He got the other kid but didn't get me. Alright, and the next thing I want to do though is prone. So prone has just been recently introduced, and it is pretty weird to get used to. I fully haven't got used to it, but I do understand like the best way to use it. And timing it is like basically if you're in a 1v1 close range, you really want to hit that. You want to hit that prone to get yourself out of fights, kind of hide yourself from fights, and so on and so forth. I really don't like hitting it just because I'm still used to the crouch button. I definitely think it's going to have to be something I get used to, but it's definitely a good tip to have. There is a way to do it. So when you go into your settings, you would have to go like this. Audio, no, not audio and graphics. You go to your basics here, and this hide prone button, you would have to turn this off. So then it would pop up into your HUD setting and give you this button down here that's right under my index finger. Other than that, guys, I would like to show you guys, well, not show you guys, explain that practicing your aim outside of Call of Duty Mobile is a super big thing and important thing to get better at the game. Because if you're just consistently trying to fight people that are, you know, basically moving, or if you play public matches, ranked matches, you're really only firing at people when you see people. With practicing your aim in general on like third-party apps like iAim, I personally use iAim. I think it's one of the best apps to practice your aim outside of games. I used to use it for Fortnite and many other games just to have fun and actually get better at it. It's a good competitive way to actually see how good your accuracy is. It does show you all of that, so I definitely recommend using that. Other than that, though, guys, I think switching up your playstyle with whatever you play with, seeing if you're primarily a sniper or primarily an SMG user, switching to like pistols only in ranks, or switching to like shotguns, or even like knifing a couple of matches against ranked players, it really makes you play a different type of playstyle compared to what you're used to. So it makes you think and move differently, and you can interpret that into other gameplays and styles that you usually use for your SMG playstyle or anything like that. Another big tip, my final tip I'd like to do is, or like just let you guys know, is that watching other players, professional players, competitive players, whatever you'd like to watch, or even players you think are really good and that you enjoy watching them, that's a really good way to honestly increase your gameplay and your just overall like movement, because you actually interpret tips from their game into your own game style. And what I mean by that is, I personally watch a lot of streamers. I watch Ferg, I watch Bobby Plays, I watch D Hitman, all of that. And, you know, I like to interpret their playstyles in my own playstyle, and even though I only play with a shotgun, I don't play with SMGs or anything, I still think it's a really good thing to have the knowledge behind how those type of players play. So that's a huge increase on your gameplay, and it gives you a really good edge on playing in ranked, because you do know how people are moving. Other than that, guys, though, if you did enjoy this video, or if it helped you in any way, make sure to drop a like below. And if you aren't subbed to me already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It does help me out, and I appreciate everybody that does. Other than that, though, guys, enjoy your day, and I hope you guys find this video helpful.